Have you ever found yourself buried under a mountain of books, feeling the pressure to remember every single detail? You study tirelessly, but when the big test arrives, your mind goes blank. It's like all those hours were for nothing. Well, what if I told you there's a way to study just once and remember everything forever? That's right. Stick around, because today I'll share my secrets to mastering content and retaining it longer than you ever thought possible. Let me take you back to my high school days. Picture this. It's the night before the final exam. I'm surrounded by textbooks and notes, with panic setting in. I tried everything from highlighting to rereading my notes, anything that might help me remember. But when I sat in that exam room, it felt like my brain was a complete blank slate. I could barely recall anything, and I walked out feeling defeated. Have you ever felt that way? You study and study, but it all just slips through your fingers when you need it most. Despite my hard work, I often found myself disappointed with my grades. It was disheartening to watch my friends secure high scores effortlessly while I struggled. So, I decided to find out what they were doing differently. That led to my journey of discovering effective study techniques that actually work. I finally stumbled upon a method that flipped my educational experience upside down. It's not just about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. I learned about techniques like active recall, spaced repetition, and the power of teaching others. In just a few simple steps that I'm going to share with you now, you can learn anything and keep it in your mind for a lifetime. 1. Understand your learning style. First, let's talk about learning styles. Did you know we all have different ways of learning? Some of us are visual learners, some are auditory, and others are kinesthetic. Understanding how you learn best is the first step toward effective studying. I remember being in a history class, and I struggled to remember dates and events until I started making timelines, a more visual approach. My grades improved because I was engaging with the material in a way that made sense to me. So take a moment to figure out your learning style. You can take simple quizzes online or just observe how you absorb information best. 2. Use active recall. This is where the magic happens. Instead of passively reading your notes or textbooks, put them away and try to recall what you just learned. It might feel tough at first, but that's normal. When I was studying for my biology finals, I used flashcards religiously. I'd write down a term on one side and try to recall its definition or significance without looking. At first, I struggled. But as I continued this practice over weeks, I started not just to remember the information, but to understand it deeply. This technique can double, your retention rate. 3. Connect new information. This is a powerful technique that bridges what you already know with what you're learning. For instance, when I learned about the water cycle, I linked it to personal experiences, like how I use an umbrella when it rains. I created a mind map that connected concepts, precipitation, evaporation, and condensation, using everyday examples from my life. This didn't just help me remember for the test, it made the information meaningful. 4. Teach what you learn. This might sound quirk, but teaching is a stellar way to reinforce your knowledge. When I learned about photosynthesis, I imagined explaining it to my little sister. I'd break it down into simple terms. Plants need sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to make food. Doing this forced me to clarify my thoughts and understand the process deeply. Plus, if you can teach someone else, you truly understand the material yourself. It's like becoming your own teacher, and it's a fun way to test your knowledge. 5. Review regularly. We can't overlook the power of regular reviews. This technique, known as spaced repetition, helps keep your memory fresh. Instead of cramming the night before, I started to set aside 15 minutes each day to review what I learned. I'd use flashcards or apps that help with spaced repetition. It felt easy and manageable, and I found that I retained the information much better. You could create a study schedule and stick to it. This way, every bit of knowledge is revisited before it slips away. You'd be amazed how much more solidified your understanding will be with just a little regular practice. And here's a surprise you might love. Did you know that learning through games can significantly enhance retention? When I discovered educational games related to my subjects, it was a revelation. For example, I played quizzes and trivia games based on history and science topics. These games made learning enjoyable and interactive. I was not only studying, but also creating positive associations with the material, which helped me remember better. Plus, it's a lot more fun than traditional studying. Now it's your turn to transform your studying. Try out these steps and start your journey towards smarter studying today. Which technique do you think will work best for you? Share your experiences in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might be struggling with studying. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to learn effectively. Remember, studying smart is the key to success. Thank you for watching. Let's make education enjoyable together.